Welcome back to another episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about CX and stuff, all in a hyper caffeinated state. And yes, I just shotgunned a Rockstar. So, not James Dawkins, one of the energy drinks. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about NPS. And off the top, I was going to say, I hate it when people say NPS scores. So your Net Promoter Score scores. Cool. Let me go to the ATM machine and put in my PIN number. Awesome. But let's talk about NPS. It is one of the least reliable metrics you could ever have. Why is that? Well, it's because of this. They're stupid. You got 1 through 6 counting against you. You got 7 as a nothing, which 7s are in a scale of 1 to 10. 7 is the, I don't want to say anything bad, but no, it was awful. And then you have 8, 9, 10 as, hey, you're awesome. And then what do? You take the percentage. You take the percentage point off. Then you subtract. And that gives you your NPS score. And common wisdom by what seems to be underachievers is anything above 0, you're doing great. You're doing good. More people like your company than they dislike. Awesome. That means nothing for a few reasons. Who takes surveys? Right? It's not everyone. You can't put a gun to someone's head and say, hey, take this 1 through 10 survey for me, or I'm going to shoot you, or I'm going to shoot your dog. No, it doesn't work like that. You get the people who take surveys. And who are the people that take surveys? People that had either a really great experience or people that had a really bad experience, and not so much in between. So, and then, of course, there's the people that just generally don't take surveys, or you emailed them at a bad time, or you called them for a bad time. And I like, it's a necessary evil in some places where you have to have an NPS, and I like what we call happy calls. This is just a follow-up call after the service or the product is there, done, it's over with, they paid, everything's good, the case is complete, and you ask them a series of questions. If you're a plumbing company, you could ask things like, hey, did they wear a mask? Did they wear booties? Those are the protective things that a lot of surgeons wear, but plumbers and other service people do them too. Wear them too, not do them. Unless you work for a really weird company. And, no judgment. A little bit of judgment. But anyway. And, you work the 1 to 10 thing in there. Or, hey, no, not very likely. I'll recommend you to friends and family. Yeah, maybe. And then, yeah, I've already told them about you. You guys are awesome. And these scores depend on 1, the time of day that you call them or email them, their mood at the particular time, what they ate, and all that jazz. So it's not very reliable, and you're not really capturing it. And this goes into a broader thing of turning customer experience into a metric. And to quote Adrian Swinsko, the punk CX guy, customer experience is not a fucking metric. And he's right. I mean, metrics are important. They are. You can't really measure stuff. You can't manage stuff if you can't measure it. But what's more important? The customer experience or the customer's experience? Gee whiz, I wonder which one matters the most. Now, depending on the structure of your company and where the minds are at, and whether it's a transactional company or whatever, might be the customer experience. That's the most important. They don't give a shit about the customer's experience. They don't give a shit about the customer. They just want the customer's money, and that's okay. But there are other ways of actually gathering real data about how customers actually feel about you. So, what are those? Well, a little bit on repeat customer rate, right? How many customers call you back to either use your service again because they want to, not because they have to, because the first time screwed up, or that rebuy the product, stuff like that. So that's one way. But that's not the whole picture, because sometimes you're the only option in town. So, and it goes to say that the measuring customer satisfaction, or CSAT, is dumb. What you want to do is, you don't want customer satisfaction, because customer satisfaction only measures what customers you haven't pissed off yet. What you're after is customer loyalty. And there's a huge, huge gulf between the two. Yeah, cool, you're satisfied. I got my product. Awesome. Customer loyalty, they're coming back to you. They're referring their friends, their family, their colleagues, people on the internet. They're writing reviews about you. They're sharing your social media posts. And some companies have posts that aren't really shareable because they're boring, and that's okay. A lot of companies are boring. It's fine. But you want the loyal customers. You want customer loyalty. You don't want customer satisfaction. Yes, you want your customers to be happy. But CSAT, NPS, they're kind of meaningless in the long run, and that's okay. That's all right. It's okay. So a lot of companies don't have better ways to measure that, and that's fine. So think about that, won't you? This has been Caffeinated CX, signing off.